Imagine taking Mount Everest, flipping it upside down and dropping it into the ocean. It would vanish completely with more than a mile of water still above its peak. That place is real. It's the deepest spot on Earth, and astonishingly, things live down there. Far out in the western Pacific, near the island of Guam, the seafloor splits open into a colossal crack. It's called the Mariana Trench, a crescent-shaped scar in the planet stretching about 2,500 kilometers long. And at its very bottom sits a small valley with a famous name, Challenger Deep. Just how deep is Challenger Deep? Nearly 11 kilometers, close to 7 miles straight down. The best modern measurement puts it at about 10,935 meters. If you could somehow drive a car downward at highway speed, it would take you over 6 minutes just to reach the bottom. Why is it so deep here? It's plate tectonics. The Pacific Plate, one of Earth's giant crustal slabs, is sliding beneath another plate in a process called subduction. As one plate dives under the other, it drags the seafloor down with it, bending the crust into this enormous, gaping trench. Now, the real challenge of the deep isn't the dark or the cold, it's the pressure. Every meter you descend, more and more water stacks up above you, all of it pushing down. At the surface, you feel the weight of the whole atmosphere. Down there, you'd feel something far, far heavier. At the bottom of Challenger Deep, the pressure is over 1,000 times what you feel at sea level. That's more than 8 tons pressing on every single square inch, roughly the weight of a small herd of elephants balanced on your thumbnail. It's enough to crush an unprotected submarine like a soda can. So here's the obvious question. With crushing pressure, near freezing water, and total darkness, because sunlight never reaches anywhere close to this depth, surely nothing could survive down there. For a long time, scientists assumed exactly that. The deep was thought to be a dead, empty void. They were wrong. In 1960, 2 explorers, Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh, squeezed into a tiny vessel called the Trieste and sank to the bottom. As they touched down, Piccard looked out and saw something move, what looked like a flatfish, gliding across the seafloor. Life at the deepest place on Earth. Decades later, in 2012, filmmaker James Cameron made the first solo dive to Challenger Deep aboard a vertical sub called the Deepsea Challenger. These rare journeys, along with robotic landers, have slowly revealed a strange truth. The trench isn't empty at all. It's an ecosystem. Meet one of its most charming residents, the snailfish. Pale, soft, and almost translucent, it looks delicate like a creature made of jelly. But that softness is its superpower. With no air pockets and no rigid bones to crush, its body simply lets the pressure pass right through it. Snailfish hold an incredible record. In 2023, scientists filmed one swimming at 8,336 meters down, the deepest a fish has ever been seen. Researchers think this is near the absolute limit for fish. Below a certain depth, the pressure may simply break the proteins that keep a body working. But fish aren't the deepest living animals. Go right to the very bottom and you'll find amphipods, small, pale relatives of shrimp, swarming in their thousands. Drop a piece of bait, and they appear within minutes, scavenging every last scrap. Some species here grow surprisingly large, a deep-sea quirk called gigantism. Stranger still are the xenophyophores. These blobs sit on the trench floor looking like crumpled paper or delicate fans, but each one is a single giant cell. No brain, no organs, just one enormous living unit, sometimes 10 centimeters wide. They're among the largest single-celled organisms known anywhere on Earth. So what does everything down here eat, with no sunlight and no plants? Most of it survives on what's called marine snow, a constant, gentle drizzle of dead plankton and scraps sinking from the sunlit world far above. The trench acts like a funnel, gathering this food and concentrating it at the bottom. And in some deep-sea spots, life skips the sun entirely. Around chemical-rich vents and seeps, special bacteria make food directly from minerals seeping out of the earth, a process called chemosynthesis. It's an entire food web powered not by sunlight, but by the planet's own internal chemistry. There's a sobering twist, though. Even here, at the most remote place on the planet, we've left our mark. Scientists have found plastic bags and tiny microplastics at the very bottom of the trench, and in the bodies of those deep amphipods, traces of human-made pollutants. Nowhere, it turns out, is truly untouched. Here's the wonder of it all. We have detailed maps of the Moon and Mars, yet most of our own deep ocean remains unexplored. More people have stood on the Moon than have reached the bottom of Challenger Deep. The deepest place on Earth is still, in so many ways, a frontier. So the next time the ocean looks calm and familiar, remember what's hidden beneath it. A crack in the world 7 miles deep, dark and crushing, and yet quietly, stubbornly alive. If that sparked your curiosity, stick around. There's always more wonder to discover.